Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
We're here in Perek Gimel. V'chachameinu zichronu levracha urunu k'meferish torech ha-cheshbon hazeh. Chazal teach us that a person has to make a cheshbon nefesh. This cheshbon that we're talking about, that a person has to think about what they're doing, both before and after. Chazal tell us that a person has to do this. Quoting Yehu Masha Amru, the Gemara in Baba Basra, Alkein Yomru HaMoshlim Bo Cheshbon, a pasuk in Parshas Balak. About this, the Moshlim, the ones who say Mashalim, say go to Cheshbon. The actual technical, the pasuk itself is referring to Bilam, a nevuah Bilam, but the Torah is coming to teach us much deeper thing, and that's what the Gemara Baba Basra is coming to teach you. Bo Cheshbon. Cheshbon in the pasuk is referring to the city of Moab. But here, the Mesilas Yesharim is quoting from the Gemara in Baba Basra that Cheshbon doesn't mean, it's not referring to the city of Cheshbon, but the Gemara is saying, Alkein Yomru Moshlim Biyitzram Boy B'nechashiv Cheshboinu Shaloilam Hefsid Mitzvah Keneged Schara B'Schara Aveira Keneged Efseido. A person should make a Cheshbon and nefesh. A person should take stock of themselves, of their own lives. You have to weigh a mitzvah and aveira. Weigh what you're doing. Should I do this aveira? What will I get out of it? What will I lose from it? Should I do this mitzvah? What will I get out of it? What will I lose from it? If a person stops to think before they do something, they're much more likely to do the right thing. Right? In 99% of cases, when somebody does something, let's call it not smart, and you ask them afterwards, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? So 99% of the time, the answer will be, I wasn't thinking. Right? A ruach shtus came over him. That means your brain's not working. You're not there. Because if we're using seichel, seichel is the opposite of the Yetzer Hara. Seichel is what we have to fight against the Yetzer Hara. If we use our seichel, we use our mind, even just common sense, person should come to the understanding that this is not a good thing for me. It's not a good thing, but people don't think. They just do. And because they just do, so they end up either with their mouth saying something that they shouldn't have said, and maybe they regret it afterwards, or maybe they make excuses why it was okay. There are many times people make mistakes, but because they get caught in the mistakes, they'll make up a million different reasons why it was okay after the fact. If they would have thought about it before, they would have realized it's just not a smart thing to say in the first place. And this happens a lot in Shalom Bayis. A person says something, and now they have to retract what they're going to say. The easiest thing just to say is, you're right, I'm sorry, I wish I would never would have said that. But of course, that hits on the ego. And hitting on the ego is one of the hardest places to deal with, especially for a man. Right? And the male ego is probably one of the most sensitive things in the universe. And therefore, for me to retract and say, oh, you're right, I made a mistake, it's a big deal. It's a hard thing. You know what it's not hard for? It's not hard for somebody who already got used to doing it. Somebody who already got used to saying, I'm sorry, saying I made a mistake, saying, you know what, I wasn't thinking, I really should have. That person doesn't have a hard time saying I'm sorry because they really want to reach the truth. But that comes only if you're sensitive enough from beforehand to most of the time try to think about what you're doing. A person can fall into the same aveira again and again and again and again, and there's no way out. And really, there is a way out. But a person has to start with the basics, and that is acknowledge what I'm doing and dedicate myself to work on it. Think about what I'm doing. The first step to that is not even changing the ma'isa. It's changing the approach. It's how do I approach this? And the Mesilas Yesharim is giving us the yisoid. It's not his yisoid. He's saying it comes from the Gemara. Chazal are teaching us. Do you know one the way to get to the first step in your avodas Hashem? The first step to making our lives better, the first way is to take stock of ourselves. That's what we have to do. If I have a problem with getting to chakras on time, I know I have a problem. The first thing is I have to know that I have a problem. And then I have to keep on it. If I just let it slide, I don't think about it, so then I can go months and months and months, and all of a sudden, did I improve anything? On the Erev Rosh Hashanah last year, I did a cheshbon nefesh, and I decided this is a problem. I keep coming to chakras late. I have to do something about it. The following year, I do a cheshbon nefesh again. Did anything change? No, nothing changed. You know why? Because the whole year you forgot about it. The whole year. Mesil Sharm is going to say over here that it's kadai to do this every single day, but in the Mishnah Berurah it says at least once a week. On Erev Shabbos, a person should do it. A person should go into Shabbos having done a cheshbon nefesh. That's what the Mishnah Berurah says that. But here he says it's better every day to do it. Take stock of ourselves. And the truth of the matter is, I think both are good. I think it's a good idea to do it every day, like the Mesil Sharm says over here. And it's also a good idea to review. Meaning, I did cheshbon nefesh every day, but it's easy to lose sight of the forest from the trees. If you're doing every single day, that's great. But you want to see, am I seeing progress? Are things improving? How can I do that? How can I see if things are improving? You know how you can see if things are improving? Look over a long span of time. See how things are going this past week or this past month. By seeing that, you can see, I need more chizuk in it. If you let every day go by, so one day was good, another day wasn't good, another day was... But how do I know if I'm really improving or not? That's why we have to look at it from a higher perspective also. Look at everything. So it's kedai both ways. Every day to take stock. If a person doesn't take stock of himself every day, do you know what happens at the end of the year? Before Rosh Hashanah, he thinks about, like, what did I do? He doesn't remember 98% of what he did. He doesn't remember. Maybe certain things stick out in his head. Maybe he has a general feeling, but he doesn't really know. So how is the person supposed to do real tshuva from that? And even if he knows, I did not improve in this, but maybe you did a little bit if you worked hard on it, but you didn't do a cheshbon nefesh, and chances are you didn't work hard. These are all just like keeps taking stock of myself. And that's how a person grows. It's the same way in business. A person wants his business to grow. He's got to keep seeing. Are there better ways to improve, better ways to do things? That's how a person has to treat themselves. Okay, shkoach.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.